It's making us understand how the minting is acting versus the burn, how we are actually interacting with our blockchain, and how we are making this deflationary more and more transparent. Why is the deflationary important? It's basically creating much more the demand over the supply when it comes feed it up from the back with services. And if we have much more services, and from here on, you will just be amazed of what services we are going to launch forward, the more the deflationary is going to work. How is this the deflationary working? How we can contribute in the deflationary? What does the minting means, and how does the burning works? This is what I'm going to present you in the first part. We have the mint versus the burn. This is basically running a very simple thing in the Deflationary Explorer. We are minting 570 coins per minute, and of course, we are burning less now. This is why we are still inflationary. Why we are burning less? Well, we are burning less because we have to aim for mass adoption. The more we will use our services, the more coins we are going to burn. That means at that point, and that point is not far away, it is just 40 transactions per minute away, we are going to burn more than we are minting. Also, did you know that we are not going to mint, mathematically speaking, because we are minting only 570 coins per minute, more than 300 million coins each year? It might seem a lot, it might seem not, but in the same time, is very less compared to the number of the coins minted per minute compared to the capacity of this community of using the services. We need less than 40 transactions per second, per minute, basically. You see, speaking about small errors, we have an error even right here, which needs to be corrected per minute. And like this, we're going to become deflationary. Is this the first deflationary coin in the world? Well, it's not. But it's one of the first who has a deflationary explorer, which means it brings more and more transparency to the community. Because not all of us we are ready to understand how these coins are burning, where they are going. Is an Narnia even existing, or how does it work? So with this explorer, we are able to see transparently wherever it's behind it. Let's move forward now. And we are able to see that in the deflationary, on the burn side, we can split and identify the transactions according to wherever the burning side is going. We have the direct transactions, and just to give you some examples over the direct transactions, we are speaking about here deposits from your wallet, but here you can count also the web wallet, the desktop wallet, the mobile wallet, which will come soon, to the exchanges, from an exchange to another. This is all a direct transactions. And of course, from you to a friend and so on. Then we have the email over blockchain, which we can see that it has a little bit of usage, but still not enough. And email over blockchain is also having fees. The moment we are having fees over the blockchain, these fees are burned, and we identify them as fees coming through a transaction which was generated through an email. And this is how we identify, and we are adding it here as a burn coin from the email. Then we have our voice and chat app, and yes, we are in testing mode already. Some of us already is using it, and I will just tell you a little bit later more about it. Then we have the G99 community burn. Here it will be just my pleasure to let the council to give you more details about it in the next couple of minutes. We have the ownership certificates, which I believe that you already know about it. We have the partners contribution, which is 3% coming out from the GS partners, and other sources, because of course some of the sources will not be able to be identified, and I will explain why. This is very simple, because when we develop some app, we tag our wallets in order to be able to identify which transactions belong to which wallet. How is the Deflationary Explorer working, and what is a deflationary community burner? And for this, for the burner, I really want to do something else. I want to go live in the Deflationary Explorer, because pictures can speak a million words, but they cannot prove things. So accessing deflationary.g999main.net, you can see live the deflationary working. We are just going to play a little bit through the system, and it's loading exactly all the transactions whatever happened through the week, through today, and everything. Basically, it's simple mathematics connected to the blockchain, made it transparent for the people. If we go a little bit down now and we look at the direct transactions, we can see we are able to change and navigate through our system in order for us to be able to identify where exactly we are going to burn the coins. But let's go exactly where I want you to go, in the community burner. What is a community burner? This is actually the place where you can create your very own address to which, if you send coins, you are going to burn them. So how is this working and why did we create this? To execute blockchain burning, it can be some difficult thing for some who's not that technical. That's why you have the community burner. We just need to label the thing. Let's go on live test after echo. This will become epic. Yeah, so I don't have internet now. Okay. What can I do? Sometimes this kind of problems just appear. So I just invite you all to go on the Deflationary and test it. I will just come back to the Explorer. I don't know what happened, but it seems like I'm losing. Okay. I'm moving forward with the burner, with the Deflationary community burner. So I just explain how does it work. We create an address, and the moment we created the address, we are just sending coins to it. The moment we send the coins to that address, the system itself is identifying the address as a burning address, and it's basically taking all the coins and burning them. The moment the coins are burned, the result is directly, you can see the result directly in the total supply of our G999. Also, this is a public and transparent information which can be seen in our directly Explorer. So how the Deflationary Explorer is going to interact with all the ecosystem, this is what is making it more interesting for us. The Deflationary Explorer, it's a core which proves the way we are burning and the way we are becoming deflationary. It's connected to our main Explorer, and it's connected to the GS partners from where we burn. It's connected from GS Trade, from also which I want to make a very, very important announcement. The company decided to hand to us the entire commissions we are receiving in GS Trade for the trade between the users, which are going also to buy the coins from the market and burn them in one of these addresses. The GS Talent. I know this is a very, very expected product. I can recognize that I almost cried next to my colleagues when I saw how is this working. We are testing it already. And especially me, I was very afraid that we are not going to be accepted in the Apple Store and in the Google Play. But here we are, our accounts went KYC approved. We updated and uploaded the app for the testing. It's in the test flight, for the iOS users, and it's in a Google link testing for the Android users. And we are going to make this happen very, very soon. Meanwhile, we are going to run a closed community testing. I call it closed community testing because, of course, we are all close to each other, but some of us from here, they are doing some, let's call it charity work, and this has somehow need to be rewarded. And for this, I'm just referring, of course, for those small portion of people who are helping us to translate the platforms, who are helping us to put some malicious information down, and this is also something you will going to see a little bit more forward. How does it work? So if you also want to become a part of the close community, you can join my Instagram on alex.cosindov, and here you will be able to follow me, and I will redirect you to the right person, which will join you in a Telegram group, and like this you are going to participate in our close community. The closed community is not taking action only to the testing and only to the translations and only to some limited parts, but also to some actions which they need collective power. I want to present you a new future. Let's call it like this. It's the way we are getting aside and separate a little bit from CoinMarketCap. I was just standing and thinking myself, okay, but if these big companies like Binance can do whatever they want and they can invent wherever they want, and here also I have to admit it started a little bit of a frustration. I'm just receiving a call from the support team telling me that they cannot identify a deposit from Binance, which they are sending from their support to our support, telling us that is Ethereum. Well, we just started to investigate the issue, and we just found out that they created somehow on some ERC20 their own Ethereum. And I was amazed. And then when I started to look over the entire ecosystem of Binance, I just realized we don't need to follow patterns. We don't need to just go there, list in CoinMarketCap because everybody does this. But we cannot have our own market cap. Maybe tomorrow we just make this market cap more dynamic, and for the other projects to list in our very own market cap, they need to use the G99 coins. Of course, we are going to list in CoinMarketCap, but here you are also going to interact with a lot of particularities which only our blockchain has them. And let's take a look a little bit over it. This is our chart. Our chart compared with any other chart in the CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, wherever Explorer is there, it's a little bit different, and I will explain you why. We are running a deflationary model, so we need to see together on the chart how is the deflation evolving around our ecosystem. How many coins, from where did we start it, where did we reach at some points, and what happened in March for the 3 billion we aim to burn, for example. Then we have an oscillator. This oscillator is connected basically to all the exchanges where G99 is listed. It's calculating live how much pressure we have on buy compared to how much pressure we have on the sell, and then the oscillator is showing us if the coin is going to increase or maybe decrease. Of course, this might be just presumptions. You know that I'm not the best on trading. I just had my consultancy with some traders, and they indicated this for me from some very big and important trading platforms. Moving forward, I was explaining that the more we will have in our ecosystem, the more utility, the more coins we are going to burn. So I want to present you GS nodes. I believe that unfortunately most of us, they had the unfortunate moment to lose the informations out of their phones. We are trying to develop here not only products just to flood the ecosystem with services and products. It's important to create usable products to resolve issues. So what we are going to use here, basically, it's the simple nodes and the blockchain. On the blockchain, you will be able to save the node. Of course, the moment is it saved, it is encrypted with your own private key, and it's a read-only node. But the good fact is that this node is never going to be lost. Maybe you want to leave some nodes forever there. Maybe you just want to load them fast and save on another device. So you just save in the blockchain, maybe share the private key with someone, and you are the only persons who are sharing these nodes, and so on. The GS nodes, it's going to be available only for the GS partners. Then we have the GS agenda. It's basically the same logic behind as the GS nodes, but We are going to save your agenda into the blockchain, and you are going to be able to open it from the encrypted side into your any other device. Also, the GS agenda is going to be a product available for the GS partners. As I told you, we have something special for our close community, and we created GS Guardians. As much as I love criticism, I love the constructive one. The one which is affecting us, of course, I can not approve with it, but in the same time, I know that this is not the project of the company. This is not the project of Mr. Hyde, of Mr. Alexander. This is a project with our own community. We have all to take action to protect ourselves for us. And here I'm speaking not just about malicious content. Here I'm speaking also about attacks. I'm speaking about scams and so on. There are so many happening in all the social media and everywhere. The GS Guardians has one aim and one aim only. We are taking down scams. We are taking down everything, and we are making it possible for our community to keep it as clean as much as we can. Before I end, I will just let you know that I truly believe that GS Guardians is going to help us to have a clean community, and that I made sure through the way the system is going to be engineered that nobody's going to have entire power of deciding where it's going to go the entire information and to whom it's going to be shared with. You will have also the power to vote if the distribution to report a link or a malicious content, it's something valid or it's something not valid in your opinion.